Hi, this is Eddie Hearn, and you're watching Lights Out.
Boxing King Media in association with the Riyadh season. With me, Teddy Alice. Teddy, firstly, how are you? Welcome back to the UK.
I'm tired, but I'm privileged and happy to be back and grateful to be back. That Turkey Al-Sheikh and Spencer Brown and the people running the show had enough care for me to bring me back and wanted me to come back. I appreciate that. I don't take it light. And I got off a red eye from New York this morning, so I haven't slept yet. I'm a little tired, but you know what? As grateful as I am, I'm more grateful, not just to a fight. I've done a lot of fights at Wembley Stadium with 96,000 and a great card. But I'm grateful because I could be here with my daughter. That's something to be grateful for. And that's what I appreciate the people that brought me here. Because to me, that's showing a care for my family. And that's a lot more important than me. So just being able, that's a gift. And so I have that gift given to me to be here with my daughter and sit down together and watch her fight at Wembley for the heavyweight title. That's something I don't take lightly. And I think it's going to be an intriguing night. And the reason I use the word intriguing is because there was so many intangibles and dimensions that are really different in this fight. Dubois is a guy that a few fights ago he had given in and broken down against Choice and against Usyk. Some of the fighters, it's unforgivable in some ways. Some people say it's a death sentence when a fighter does that. But it's really not, because there's something else that's actually more powerful than breaking down and giving into yourself or giving up. You know what that is? Redemption. Redemption is even more powerful than that. When you get a chance to redeem yourself for you, for the person you look in the mirror, for the person that you have to live with, for the person who walks down the street, for the person who talks to his family, that you have a chance to prove that you're better than what was shown to all those people in the ring, that you are somebody that can bend on themselves. You are somebody that can fight like a champion. You are somebody that is can overcome. You're not a guy who breaks down. And against Darryl Miller and then Hrgović, he got a chance. Those fights for Dubois, the most important fights in his life, more important than this fight, because those fights were for his soul. They were for his soul, to live, to breathe, to feel like a person, like a man. And for him to get in the ring against Darryl Miller, face down all the doubts, all the haters, all the people that said he didn't have heart, and to walk all night long and walk through punches and then break down Miller and then go do it again against the number one contender, an undefeated fighter in Hrgović, to do it again. This is a man who's redeemed himself. That belief in yourself now, there's a power to that. You know what the question for this fight is now? For me? And I know I look at things different than some people. For me, it's that, what is stronger, that or right hand? That's what it comes down to. That belief in himself, that power I just described of redemption, of finding himself, of believing himself. What is stronger, that or right hand, a great right hand by a two-time heavyweight champion and Olympic gold medalist of Joshua? What is more powerful? That's what this fight comes. I could cut the interview right now. That's what this fight comes. I know that's not the normal thing you're going to hear, but that's what this fight comes down to. I've been in this game 50 years. That is what it comes down to. What's more powerful? And if he gets hit with right hands the way he did against Hrgović, he's going to need that will 2.0. He's going to need that, and he's going to show the world that will is stronger than skill, that will is stronger than a great right hand. That's how he wins the fight. Yeah, I know he's got to move his head, and hopefully he's improved in camp, and his defense has gotten better, right? And he used his jab better, and all those things. But really, what it's going to come down to is the will of him against the skill of Joshua. That he believes he can't get beaten. There's a history. They've all talked about it. In the gym before, years ago, with the trainer for Dubois, with Joshua, there's a history there. If he has it in his heart, Dubois, and his head, that that it's his destiny to win this fight, they've made him believe that, where it's his destiny to win this fight, that this guy will capitulate to him, that this guy will be broken down. If he really believes that. You've heard this saying about the art of war? You ever hear that? Where they say the battle's won before they ever get out on the battlefield. If he believes the battle's already been won, if Dubois believes that it's been preordained, that it's in his destiny, that it's in his fate to win this fight, that is as dangerous as any punch in a book. It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out.
That's the Khan for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law. Teddy, firstly, pleasure talking to you. Huge fan of yourself, huge fan of the Fight Is Right with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, just talk to me, how impressed have you not only been with the improvements Anthony Joshua's made, but also the improvements Daniel Dubois has made?
We don't know what, here's the difference. Dubois' improvements have been here, the most important place, the mental side, where he's improved himself in a way where he doesn't beat himself no more, where he doesn't, give in, where he doesn't break down. His improvement has been in his faith in himself, his belief in himself, his constitution. That's been his improvement. Joshua's improvement, I give him all the credit in the world. He came back from the Ruiz knockout, came back, he won the title again. He's been looking marvelous, been looking great. He's in a good place. He's in a good place. He's in the right place. There's no doubt about it. But his improvement has always been, it's always come down to a belief in a fighter. And then 75% in mental. But with Joshua, it's really, you're comparing apples and oranges. With Joshua, it's his technique. His technique is good. He's in a good place. He's being aggressive behind the jab now. He's walking guys down. He's putting punches together better. All technical things. And look, it's attached to confidence. It's attached to belief. But it's all technical things. Dubois, his improvement to your question hasn't shown me yet. From a technical, well, I hope it does Saturday, because if it don't, I got to see if he can handle those right hands. But his improvement hasn't been so much technical. He's always been a big, strong guy that knew how to fight. But he had not been a guy that could behave like a fighter. Not fight like a fighter, behave like a fighter. There's two different things here. And Dubois became that guy. That's his improvement. That he could behave like a fighter when the moment came. That's his improvement. And we're going to see if he can attach that to what you touched on, a technical improvement, where he does some of this, moving his darn head, and avoid some of those right hands that he was munching on against Hrgovic. Because, again, the power of a Hrgovic right hand versus the power of a Joshua right hand, they're not in the same ballpark. Joshua's right hand is much more potent, much more dangerous, and much more important that he moves his darn head to avoid it.
Teddy, we appreciate your time. It's time
Thank
for
you,
to
Teddy.
go get some rest, and we'll hopefully catch up with you weigh in and fight night.
An absolute pleasure. Thank you, Teddy.
My pleasure.